about when we should be using the Stayman convention. Today we're going to give you some rules. We hate rules around here, but if we're going to give you them, we swear by them. They're good rules. Here's some good rules. First of all, Stayman is only ever used when you're looking for a 4-4 fit. This means you should only use it when you have exactly 4 cards in a major suit. If you have more than 4 cards in a major suit, you'll be able to use the transfers convention, which we'll be learning in week 3. If you have less than 4 cards in a major suit, you don't want to use Stayman because there's no possibility of finding a 4-4 fit. Stayman's used to find when the one-no trump bidder also has a 4-4 fit with the responder. So our first rule, we only use Stayman if we have exactly 4 cards in a major suit. Our second rule, you basically always use Stayman if you have an invitational or better hand. This is a pretty murky area because most places that teach bridge say that if you've got 9 or more points, you fit in the invitational point range. If you've got 10 or more points, you fit into the game forcing point range. Now the reason for this is that your partner opened one no trump showing 15 to 17 points. If you've got 10 or more, you know you've got 25 together and you're happy to force to game. If you've got 9, it means if they've got 16, you've got 25. If they've got 17, you've got 26 together. But the problem is, if they've only got 15, you only have 24 together. So what you want to be able to do is invite your partner to game. We put a little bit of a murky grey area on this. We sort of say that with 0 to a bad 8 points, what you want to do is you want to put yourself in the weak point range. If you've got a good 8 points to what we'd call a bad 9 points, you want to put yourself in an invitational point range. If you've got a good 9 points or better, what you want to do is you want to call yourself game forcing. Now, this is a thing based on hand evaluation, which you might have come across before, but not every 9 counts the same. Some 9 counts are better than others. And this is something that you're going to come across as you learn and develop at bridge. If you wanted some very strict rules, go with the guidelines that are up on the screen. 0 to 8 is a weekend, or 0 to 7. An invite you need basically 8 to 9, and a game force you need 9 or more points. But do realize this is a grey area. Now, if you've got that invitational or better point range, what you want to do with the 4-card major is you want to employ the Stayman convention. You want to start off with 2 clubs, and you want to find out if partner's got a 4-card major suit for you. We've got a big problem if we've got a weak point range though. This is because under no circumstances do we want to go to game. But we might still have a fit in a major suit. What we can do is we can use the Stayman convention with a weak hand only sometimes, and those sometimes are when we can put up with any bid that our partner makes. So let's say that you had 4 cards in hearts and 4 cards in spades, and you use the Stayman convention. If your partner came back with a bid of 2 hearts, you'd be very happy to play in 2 hearts because you've got a 4-4 fit, don't you? On the other hand, if your partner came back with a bid of 2 spades, you'd be very happy to play in 2 spades because again, you know you've got that 4-4 fit. Here's the weird one. What are our responses to Stayman? Our responses are that partner will bid a 4-card major suit if they have one, but they might also come back and tell us 2 diamonds if they don't have a 4-card major. That's their code to tell us. Now, we can only use Stayman if we have both majors, and we can also put up with a 2 diamond response for our partner. Now, the typical hand that you could do this, where you just want to pass 2 diamonds, is when you've got, say, 0 points. You've got 4 spades, you've got 4 hearts, you've got 5 diamonds. How many clubs does that give you? None. You don't want to be playing in no trumps. What you could do is you could bid 2 clubs, and if partner bid a major suit, you could pass there very happily. If partner bid 2 diamonds, you could also pass there because you're more than likely to have a fit with them. You've got 5 of them and they're a balanced hand, so they're pretty likely to have 3. Now the reason you can pass, even though it's weird because it seems like a bid should be forcing, is because you know that the second partner open one no trump, you don't have enough points for game together. You know that together, even if partner's got 17, you don't have enough points for game. So you're entitled to pass whenever you like. So just to summarize today's lesson, if you use Stayman, it's only because you have exactly 4 cards in a major suit. You don't use it with 5 or higher amounts of cards. You also don't use it with less than 4. It's only when you've got 4 cards in a major. If you have an invitational or better hand and a 4-card major, you basically always use Stayman. Now, if you've got a weak hand, you've got a problem. The only time that you can use Stayman if you've got a weak hand is if you have both major suits. You also need to be able to put up with it if your partner bids the diamond suit. So ideally, what you'd have is at least 4 spades, at least 4 hearts, and at least 4 diamonds, because any response that your partner makes, you're more than happy to pass. Now, a word of warning, we will be adding an exception to that rule later on in the course. Enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow.